Moon mansions, NASA's epic 3D printed lunar homes. Imagine waking up in a home built by a giant 3D printing robot on the moon's surface. This futuristic vision is inching closer to reality, thanks to NASA's ambitious Project Olympus. The project, aimed at constructing buildings on the moon and eventually Mars, relies on innovative technology and innovative approaches to create sustainable human habitats in space. NASA has enlisted the expertise of Icon, a Texas-based 3D printing company, to transform lunar rock into livable space homes. This groundbreaking initiative received millions of dollars in funding from NASA, reinforcing the agency's commitment to exploring new frontiers. By leveraging local resources, such as lunar rock, Icon aims to minimize the need for transporting heavy materials from Earth, making space colonization more feasible and cost-effective. Icon's journey with NASA began with the Mars Dune Alpha project, a simulated Martian habitat used in the Chappie mission. During this mission, astronauts lived and worked inside the habitat to simulate life on Mars. Building on this success, Icon is now set to play a pivotal role in NASA's Artemis mission, which seeks to establish a sustained human presence on the moon. Building the future, from concepts to reality. The vision of constructing space homes from lunar rock is not just about building structures, it's about creating a new way of life. These space homes will provide the necessary shelter and facilities for astronauts to live and work on the moon. Icon's innovative approach includes designing not only homes but also landing pads, roads, and other pressurized buildings essential for a functioning lunar base. In order to explore other worlds, we need innovative new technologies adapted to those environments and our exploration needs, said Nikki Werkheiser, a NASA official. Pushing this development forward with our commercial partners will create the capabilities we need for future missions. Icon's chief, Jason Ballard, echoed this sentiment, emphasizing the need for resilient and adaptable systems that utilize local resources. To change the space exploration paradigm from there and back again to there to stay, we're going to need robust, resilient, and broadly capable systems that can use the local resources of the moon and other planetary bodies, he said. The role of giant 3D printing robots. Central to this revolutionary project are the giant 3D printing robots that will construct the space homes. These robots are designed to use lunar materials to build structures layer by layer, much like a terrestrial 3D printer. This method not only ensures efficient use of available resources but also offers unparalleled precision and speed in construction. The first phase of the Artemis mission, Artemis I, successfully tested the Space Launch System, SLS, rocket in 2022. This uncrewed test was a critical step towards the crewed missions that will follow. The Artemis II mission, originally planned for 2025 but now rescheduled for 2026, will involve a crewed test flight around the moon. Subsequently, Artemis III, set for 2027, aims to achieve the first crewed lunar landing since Apollo 17 in 1972. Overcoming challenges and looking ahead. Despite the promising progress, NASA's Artemis program has faced delays. The crewed Artemis III mission, initially scheduled for 2026, has been pushed to mid-2027. Similarly, the Artemis II test flight has been postponed to April 2026. These delays are primarily due to ongoing work on the heat shield for the Orion capsule, which is critical for safely transporting astronauts. NASA's plans for human exploration extend beyond the moon. Insights gained from the Artemis missions will significantly influence NASA's strategies for crewed Mars missions. The gradual buildup of infrastructure on the moon will serve as a testing ground for longer duration missions and more complex operations. NASA Artemis missions a glimpse into the future. The Artemis mission is a multifaceted exploration program designed to re-establish a human presence on the moon. Here's a timeline of the planned missions. Artemis I, 2022, successful uncrewed test of the Space Launch System, SLS, rocket. Artemis II, 2026, planned crewed test flight of SLS and the Orion spacecraft. Artemis III, 2027, crewed landing on the moon's surface, the first American landing since Apollo 17. Artemis IV, 2028, second crewed lunar landing mission using Orion, with docking at the Lunar Gateway Station. Artemis V, 2030, third crewed landing, including the delivery of NASA's Lunar Terrain Vehicle. Artemis V, 2031, Fourth crewed landing, integrating the crew and science airlock with the Lunar Gateway space station. Understanding the Moon, our closest neighbor. The Moon, Earth's only natural satellite, measures approximately 2,158 miles across and has a diverse range of temperatures from -173 degrees Celsius to 260 degrees Celsius. Despite its proximity, it wasn't until Nicholas Copernicus proposed his heliocentric theory in 1543 that the Moon was understood to orbit Earth. Later, Galileo's discovery of Jupiter's moons further clarified the nature of satellites. The Moon's gravitational field is about 1/6 of Earth's gravity, contributing to its unique environment. The concept of synchronous rotation means we always see the same side of the Moon, famously known as the dark side. Its reflective surface makes it appear bright in our sky, despite being quite dark. Space exploration milestones began with the Soviet Union's lunar program in 1959, followed by NASA's Apollo missions, with Apollo 11 achieving the first manned lunar landing in 1969. In conclusion, the collaboration between NASA and ICON represents a bold step towards realizing humanity's dream of living on other celestial bodies. By harnessing the power of 3D printing technology and utilizing local lunar resources, NASA is paving the way for sustainable lunar colonies. As we look to the future, these advancements not only promise to transform space exploration but also redefine our understanding of living and thriving beyond Earth. Love space adventures? Don't miss out on our latest cosmic explorations. Subscribe now and join our journey to the stars.